Good morning, children.
Good morning, sir.
How are you, my dear?
Fine, sir. How are you, sir?
Good, my dear. Thank you. Which lesson we are discussing, my dear?
In last class, we are talking about plants part, sir.
Yes, we were discussing about plants parts and its functions. Okay. Now, by seeing this picture, can you tell me the parts of plant?
Leaves, stem, and roots, sir.
Very good.
Even flowers.
Yes. So when we see in the picture, it was in my hand. Okay, we see that there are some leaves, the stem, and the root. Yes or no? Usually, we usually call them as the vegetative parts of a plant. Okay. Now, see this picture. What are these?
Some flowers are there, sir.
Yes, there are some flowers. Okay. What is the function of flower?
For reproduction.
Yes, so it is the reproductive part of a plant. Yes or no? So when we started discussing in the previous class, I told you that, okay, the vegetative parts are different and the reproductive parts are different. The root, stem, leaves are the vegetative parts of plant, and the flower is the reproductive part of a plant. Usually, we classify the plants into flowering plants and the non-flowering plants. Usually, the non-flowering plants will reproduce by the vegetative parts, whereas the flowering plants will be reproduced with the help of what? The help of flowers, where they turn into seeds. Again, they grow rise to a new plants. Okay. So in this today's class, let us discuss about what the structure of a flower in detail. So along with the video, I'll show you something, my dear, so that we can start it. Okay, my dear. So let us watch the small video. Can you able to see, my dear?
Yes.
You can see a nice, beautiful scenery here.
Welcome to the flower show. Let me take you through my favorite garden. Aren't these flowers beautiful? So many colors and scents. Let's look at this little bud and see how it grows into a flower. Flowers develop from buds. Most flowers have 4 sets of parts. These parts are arranged in rings or whorls. From outermost to innermost, the whorls are the calyx, the corolla, the androecium, and the gynoecium.
So when we started discussing about the structure of flower, okay, in this video, they are giving the parts of a flower. So usually call it as whorls or the floral parts. Okay, so when we start from outside to inner side, so he has given a top view here. Okay, so we were discussing from outer side to inner side. So outermost part of a flower is what? The calyx, which is called as a first whorl. The second whorl of a flower is called as a corolla. The third whorl will be the androecium, which is a male reproductive part of a flower. And the gynoecium is the female reproductive part of a flower. Now, tell me guys, how many floral parts are there?
4, sir.
What are they?
Calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium.
Good. So there are 4 whorls: calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. Now let us continue our session.
Click the highlighted parts of the flower to learn more.
Yes. Now let us detailedly learn about each and every whorl of a flower. Okay. The first one.
The calyx is made up of sepals. The sepals protect the inner whorls of the flower when it's a bud.
Yes.
Sepals are normally green.
So what he is telling there, the first whorl is called as calyx, or it is also called as sepal. Okay, so what is the function of this sepal? So it helps to protect the flower during which condition? bud condition. Usually when we see the flowers, first it will be started with a small bud. Yes or no, guys? Okay, so it will be covered by the green leafy like structures. Okay, but they are not the leafy like structures. Okay, you can see the green color structures. Okay, these green color structures are nothing but called as what? The sepals, which is the first whorl of a flower. Getting my point, guys? So the sepals protect the inner whorls of the flower during the bud condition. So that is the function of the first floral part of a what flower, that is called as calyx. Now the second
The
one.
corolla is made up of brightly colored petals. Petals protect the inner walls of the flower.
See, when we see the nature, we see many beautiful flowers. Okay, how we attract them? Because of the different types of colors. Yes or no? So usually the flowers are colorful because of presence of what? The plastids. Yes or no? Which are nothing but the pigments that are present inside the plants. Yes or no? So these petals are very colorful. Yes or no? And what is the function of this petal? Why they are in colorful? Any other use, my dear? Is there any importance for that attraction, my dear? Any answer from your side, guys?
Maybe attracting insects, sir.
Yes, correct answer. Good. See, whenever we see a flower in the nature, we see that some insects will be coming, and what they do, they simply suck the nectar from the plant. Yes or no? And it even helps the flower during the process of what? Pollination. What do you mean by pollination? We'll discuss in the further class. But as per you remember that, okay, the corolla, which are nothing but called as the petals, okay, which are multicolored. Yes or no? They are very beautiful. Yes or no? Which is making to attract the insects for the process of pollination. Not only the insects, okay, it attracts almost all the living creatures, okay, which help in the process of pollination. Pollination is nothing but what? The transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of a flower. Nothing but the pollen grains are nothing but the male gametes, which helps in the transferring of what? The pollen grains from anther to stigma of a flower. So this is about here the second whorl. Now we'll go to the third whorl, that is nothing but
The
called as.
androecium is the male reproductive part of the flower. It is made up of units called stamens. Take a closer look at the parts of a stamen, a filament, and antelopes containing pollen.
Yes, guys. So yeah, we discussed about the third whorl, that is called as androecium, which is a male reproductive part of a flower, which is also called as a stamen. Okay, so it consists of how many parts? It consists of two parts. Okay, what are they? A stalk-like structure. The stalk-like structure is nothing but called as filament, and we have a small lobes that are present on the filament head region. Okay, that is nothing but called as the anther. Okay, once I am tell you, androecium, which is a male reproductive part of a flower, which is also called as the stamen. Okay, so it divides into two parts, filament and anther. Okay, the stalk-like structure is called as the filament, and the head is called as anther. The pollen grains, okay, which are nothing but called as the male gametes, okay, which will be present in the anther region. Nothing but all the pollen grains will be stored in the anther region. So which is a third whorl of a flower. Now, what is the fourth whorl, guys? Can you tell me what is the fourth whorl?
Gynoecium, sir.
Yes,
The
correct.
gynoecium or pistil is the female reproductive part of the flower. It is made up of units called carpels. Take a look at the parts of a carpel: ovary, style, and stigma.
Yes, guys. So we will have come to the last part of the flower, that is the fourth whorl of a flower, okay, which is nothing but called as a gynoecium, which is a female reproductive part of a flower. It is also called as pistil, or it is also called as carpel. You have to remember the other name, guys. Okay, gynoecium, pistil, or carpel, or the female reproductive part of a flower. Okay, so when you see the structure of a carpel or the gynoecium, it divides into three parts. The first topmost part is called as stigma. Usually when we touch the flowers, it will be very sticky. Yes or no? So this part is called as the stigma. Why it is sticky? Because it will be producing the sugary like substance. Usually we call it as nectar. Okay. So the stigma part only will be producing that sugary like substance, which is nothing but called as nectar. Then we have a stalk-like region below the stigma, that is nothing but called as style. Okay. Then we have a round ovule-like structure, that is nothing but called as ovary. The ball-like structure, the down part, which is nothing but called as ovary. Inside the ovary, we'll have the female gametes, which are nothing but called as ovules. Okay. So the carpel divides into three parts: stigma, style, and ovary. Okay, so this is about here what the four whorls of a flower. What are they? The first one is calyx, second one is corolla, the third one is androecium, and the fourth one is gynoecium. Getting my point, guys? Any doubts in this?
No, sir.
Okay.
Understood, sir.
Now let us watch a clear video, 3D picture of what the structure of a flower. Watch it, guys.
The structure of a flower. Flowers come in a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes, and they serve as the reproductive structures of flowering plants. Although flowers differ in so many ways, their primary components always remain the same. To better understand the structure, let's create an imaginary flower and look at the parts. A flower will extend from the plant on a small stalk called a pedicel. The tip of the pedicel will widen into a receptacle that holds the different parts of the flower.
Yes, here we missed one point here. The stalk of a flower is called as what? Pedicel. The point we have to remember here, the stalk of a flower is called as pedicel. The swollen part above the pedicel is called as what? Thalamus. On the thalamus only, the floral parts will be arranged. Okay, guys?
These parts are the floral whorls. The whorl is the arrangement of petals or sepals in a circle around a specific point. A flower is made up of four concentric whorls: the calyx, the corolla, the androecium, and the gynoecium. The calyx is the outermost whorl and it's made up of leaf-like structures called sepals. This layer protects the flower during the bud stage and also helps during photosynthesis. The next floral whorl, the corolla, is made of the familiar, colorful, delicate structures called petals. The petals are usually colorful, from the bright yellow of a sunflower to the reddish pink of a rose. Petals also grow in a variety of shapes. The corolla attracts insects such as bees for the purpose of pollination. The androecium is the next whorl. This is the plant's main reproductive organs, which are the stamens. Each stamen is generally made up of a thin, long filament on which anthers are present. These anthers contain pollen. As they mature, they will split open and release pollen grains into the air. The last whorl is the gynoecium, also called the pistil. This is the female reproductive organ of the flower. The pistil consists of a swollen ovary at the base, a long tubular structure known as the style, and a sticky tip called the stigma. If we cut the ovary into half, we can see chambers known as locules in which ovules are attached. These tiny ovules are the future seeds. Summary. The flower is the...
Yes, hope so that you got a clarity about the structure of flower. Any queries, guys? Yes, guys, any queries? Okay, so let us perform a small activity here as we study the structure of flower. Okay, so identify the thing, my dear. So identify, see my arrow mark, and according to that you have to give the labeling. Okay, dear. What is the first part, my dear? What is the stalk of flower called as?
It is pedicels.
Yes. We'll check it.
Excellent.
Good. Then what is the colorful things called as? What are these colorful structures called as?
Sir, petals.
Yes. Other name for the
Corolla.
Yes.
Corolla.
We'll see it.
Excellent.
Good. Then what are these green color structures?
Sepals, sir.
Yes. Other name for the sepal?
It is calyx, sir.
Excellent.
Yes, correct. Now let us move to the second picture, guys. Okay. What is actually the entire picture what we have seen here?
Sir, androecium. Sir.
Yes. Which is a male or female reproductive part?
Excellent.
It is male reproductive parts.
Yes, it is the male reproductive part. Now the third picture is what? The female reproductive part of plant, which divides into how many parts? 3 parts.
3 parts.
First part, my dear.
Sir, bottom, that is swollen, bulged one, ovary.
Okay.
Excellent.
After that, the middle region, style,
Okay.
and the last, stigma, sir.
Excellent.
Superb, my dear. Good. Thank you. Then for brief understanding here, we have a mind map. Just now whatever we discussed. Okay. So observe the mind map carefully, my dear. Okay. So the flower structure was given here. Okay. Then we already divided it into 4 whorls: calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. So calyx is the outermost whorl, which helps to protect the flower during bud condition. Corolla here are colorful, which attracts the insects for the pollination. Then androecium, which is nothing the male reproductive part, which consists of stamens and anther. Anther stores the pollen grains. The female reproductive part of flower is called as gynoecium, which is also called as carpel or pistil, which divides into 3 parts: stigma, style, and ovary. So there is a overall view you can see here. Now let us move to the next thing, my dear. Okay, so there are few definition here. You can see the pedicel, flower. So these are all things we have been learned just now. Pedicel, the stalk of a flower. So all these things, whatever we have seen, that given in the form of definitions here. Okay, so let us perform one quiz competition here. Okay, so give the answers, my dear. In flowers, the pollen tube has dash at the time of entering into the ovule. In flowers, the pollen tube has dash of at the time that entering into the ovule. How many, my dear? 2 male.
2 gametes.
Yes,
2
correct.
male gametes.
Yes. Now tell me, which part of the plants helps to identify the plant quickly?
Flowers, sir.
Check the answer. Yes, it is correct. Now the second one. Which of the following statements are features of the ovary of a flower? It's a part of the female reproductive system. It is covered in the sticky substance that pollen grains adhere to. It develops into seed after fertilization. It protects the ovule.
Sir, is it option D? It protects ovule.
Which of the following statements are features of the ovary of a flower? We'll check it out. Yes, it's correct. Now let us go to the third question. From life cycle point of view, the most important parts of a plant are:
Sir, is it flowers?
yes, it's correct. Next, in flowers, the pollen tube has dash at the time that entering into the ovule. How many? How many?
Sir, is it option A, 1 gamete?
So we check it out with one this thing. So actually it is an extra question to you. We'll submit it. Actually, it will be 2 male gametes will be there. Why? Because during the process of fertilization, so we'll discuss in the next part of the lesson. But as per you remember, so it will be having 2 male gametes. Getting my point, guys? Okay.
Okay.
So I'll give you one activity here. Let us do that activity here. 1 second, my dear. So I have a small homework for you, my dear. So I'll share you in this group, my dear. Okay. So that you have to label the parts. Okay, so after labeling the parts, please send me to the WhatsApp so that I'll correct your thing, so that whether you have understood perfectly or not, so that I'll know it. Okay, now everyone open your notebooks, my dear. Take a pencil. So I'll show you how to draw the structure of a flower. Overall view I'll give you, because it's the most important diagram. Okay, so I'll give you overall view. Okay, how to draw the flower. Did you take it, my dear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So first we need to draw the corolla. So please draw along with me, my dear students, so that you will also be habituated. Yes. Now I'll select one more color here. Did you draw it?
Yes, sir. Doing so.
Please draw neatly, because the most important diagram which usually comes for the exam. So what I am drawing is the female or male. It is the male reproductive part of a plant. So this will be a diagram. Okay, you have to draw it very neatly so that you will get a perfect structure. Where I have drawn a rough diagram for you, but you have to draw very neatly and you can beautifully color them, your wish. Okay, hope so that you will do it and you will complete the homework task for you, my dear. Okay, and you will be submitting that worksheet along with the diagram practice, whatever you have been sent to me. Getting my point, guys?
Yes, sir.
Will you do it or not, my dear?
We'll do it, sir.
Okay, hope so that still I'm asking any more queries related to the topic, whatever we discussed today?
One question, sir. Last question about gametes.
Yes, actually, we did not discuss the process of fertilization actually during that time. Okay, well, I'll tell you briefly about how many gametes will be passed into the pollen tube. Okay, so how they are formed, we'll be discussing in the process of fertilization. But as per you, remember that every pollen grain will contain 2 male gametes. How they are formed, why it will be like that, we'll be discussing in the next topic, that is nothing but called as what? Fertilization. Okay, my dear?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so I hope so that everyone have been understood the class clearly, and we'll meet you in the next session. Until then, take care. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.